Hi everyone and welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to use Scrub Boys. This is the paper pack Winter Time. I had to use one of these pages for a card that I had to make, and that was the page. I've got this left. Very pretty. Let me go in and show you what the paper pack looks like. This is the opposite of the front page, and you've got all the die cuts. Yes, you can see I did cut some of it out. This is the page that I use, and that's the opposite. Green. And very pretty. My favorite page. And we do have the script on the one side. And then we do have the numbers on that side, and then we do have the tags, and that's on that side. A folio, that is what I decided to make. It's quick and easy, and it will take quite a lot of photos for your Christmas. Yes, it's coming. It's very close. This is the folio. This is my paper that I use for the base. It is a 350 GSM, and it works very well for folios. All that I did is I've got the one page, the other one, I've used my score tape, 3/8 of an inch, put it down and put this one on and cover the score tape and pressed it down. So I joined the two, and that is long enough for the folio. So the folio, it is 23 3/4 in the length. Then we're going to score my scoreboard, and we're going to score on the first score line. It's going to be 3 1/8, 3 7/8. We will turn our page. Now, normally I score both sides because of the thickness of this cardstock. Then we're going to turn it completely. We will put it back into our scoreboard, and then we're going to score it. Going to score 5 3/8, and then we're going to score 6 1/8. Now, I normally bring this over, and I will hold it like that against the edge here, my last score line. And then I will come and score at 6 and is it 6 3/8. Six and 5/8. Ah, yes, it's blue now. Is what it will look like. It's going to be like that. Done the paper, the inside pages already. I did get it already done, and I'll give you, as I go, I'll give you the measurements for it. I just want to get rid of all these writing. That's just to make it easier for me to remember. And it doesn't matter. We will cover it. I will put this aside for now. And get my first page ready and pattern paper, and let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm ready to show you what I've done. I did get it all ready for you. Let me give you the measurements. On the first page, we're going to have a pocket, and that's the pocket. All that I did is I cut one 5.5 by 8, and I score at the 1/2 inch mark. Then I cut 5 by 8, the second one, and I glue all around to have a pocket. I use my art glitter glue for this because it's the best. I decided that I'm going to use a solid color cardstock with this paper pack. This is granite from Stamping Up, and this one I cut 5.25 by 8. My pattern papers are 5 by 7 and 7/8, and that's 2 of them. That's going to go on top of the pocket and then on the other side of the pocket. It will look like that. And then this flap will go underneath this, and we will put glue and score tape on this side, and we will put it in the book or the folio. I'm going to glue my pattern paper on first onto my pocket. Just be careful for directions. Then I want to make a notch in here so you can see that it is a pocket. All I do, I think I'm going to use the round one. I don't know how big this one is. It's an inch. It's an inch round circle punch that I do have. I will get this all ready. I just need to come get some clips to help me hold it in place. All I do, get it in place where you are going to glue it and away off your score lines. I'm going to clip it to this side, and we can clip onto that side. It's just to help the paper not to move. Sorry, it needs to come up to the edge. It needs to come up to the edge, but your little bit of white cardstock showing on the side, that's right. And we're going to do that one. I'm going to put it in, and let's try and get the middle. And I will do my notch. And I will probably go 1/2 and 1/2. That's where I'll put it in, but I won't put it in completely. It's going to be 1/2 of the inch circle. And as I think that is the right spot. That's the middle. Just eyeball it and punch. And then we can move this. And now when you do put it in line again, you've got a little bit of white showing. I'm going to glue mine together. I'm just going to do the one side. Right, I glued my paper on. All that I did is when you cut this out, you will have a very sharp point there. I just cut that point off because sometimes it can curl when you put stuff in here. So I just cut that sharp point off a little bit, just trim it down. I've put this onto that side. My score tape is onto my flap because when you open the book, this is what you're going to see. And then it's going to come onto the cardstock, the grey cardstock, and then we will put that in our book. I'm just going to make sure I've got it all ready. Now it's moved. I've got it already. And it's in position. Yes, pinch, hold, and if you move, just do it again. It's very easy to move. Make sure I'm away from my school line. Yes. And press it down and burnish. And that is going to be in our first page. On the side, you will have a smaller side. That should be onto your right hand side because that's going to fold over. And the small size going to come over for closure. That's why it's on to your right hand side. And we work on this page, and this is ready to go in. And that is for the pocket. I am going to score tape all around, and I will fill in with glue and then position it the best as you can, and make sure you've got a little bit of white all around. With the measurements, it is literally a little bit of white all around. I'm going to place mine, and so if you do follow me, you can start placing yours as well. I'm ready to place it in, and let's see. If you stay away from your school line, you will be okay. And I think I'm fine and straight. Yes, let's do it. We can pull all the tabs off, the backing from the score tape, and let's just open it and we can burnish. And that's it. We do have our first page of the folio in. We can come back to this page. We can revisit and see if we can add something else on here. But you can have a beautiful big photo on that side, on the front, and with everything in your pocket. The pocket is quite big. Let's go on to the middle, the one side of the middle. I do have that already, and it's going to be fold outs. Let's get it all ready. Easy. It's a very easy folio. Quick to make. Even if you have to give it for a Christmas present, It's so easy to make these folios. Right. This one, we're going to have to have our flap onto our left-hand side. We're going to cut a piece of white paper, cardstock. We keep it at 8, and the width is 6 7/8. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and 5/8 of an inch. We will have 2 score lines to have a fold like that. Okay. We will have another one. The flap is onto the right-hand side. 6 1/2, score at 1/2, and keep it at 8. That's going to be like that. We will have 2 smaller ones. They are exactly, well, nearly the same. They will be 5 in the width by 8 1/2. Score at 1/2, and there's 2 of them. And one will be at the bottom and one will be at the top, like that. We need to get pattern paper for that. Let me work on that. I now can show you. Right. I was busy. Let me give you the measurements of what I've done here. Just gonna take the folio away, and I'm going to use this as the base. Then the one that's on the left-hand side, the pattern paper for this is 5 7/8 by 7 3/8. It's basically just fit onto the page. And you can see there's a little bit of white showing. That's all that we need. And we are going to put this underneath the base page. We hooked it in like that with the flap. This one comes on the top, and the pattern paper for this is 6 by 7 3/4. And it just fits perfectly. This is the page that I picked for these two. The base page, the grey, that is 5 3/4 by 8. And this is going to come onto the side that will go over. So when you open it, this is the first page you will see. I'm going to glue this down and let me show you. Then I still got these two to do, but I will come back to them and see what kind of paper it's going to fit in with the scene, because this is all that I've got left. And then, of course, this one that I use already. That way. And this is that way. So this is all that I've got left from this page. I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to work on this. And let's just glue all the pattern papers together. And I can show you when I'm done. Score tape on the flaps already. Now, just to give you a trick when you do this, put the one side first and then you do the bottom one. If you're trying to do that together, although they are exactly the same, they will move. So it's better just pick bottom, top, does not matter. And make sure you're in the middle, and then we can take the backing off and bring it over. Finish. So when we do put this one on, it will be much easier to line it up so it's nice and straight. Pinch. We can take that off and down, and we can burnish. So now you can decide which one do you want top, which one do you want bottom. It really doesn't matter. We're going to do this, the left side. And we're going to make sure that we've got that. I've got the score type on. And just make sure we do have this like even a little bit of white and a little bit of white. That's all we need. Pinch. And you should be level with your base page. Turn it over. And let's taking this off. Now I'm going to take it little by little. I moved. I'm going to see. Even. Let's see. Okay, that looks like it's fine. And put it down. Now, I said you should be even. You are over. I'm over. But that's fine. That's okay. And that's how it's going to go. And let's do this one. And bring it up. Now, you do have 2 score lines. Remember, the last score line that you can see there, that needs to show. So, just going to bring it a little bit closer. I don't know if the white will show you. That is this page that we put on. It sticks out there. So what I do is I'll bring that page. Maybe I must do this. Bring that page to the first score line. And then bring this over. It is a bit tricky. Let me sort this out so I can show you. I think the pages are too wide. Let me check first. Yes, I was too long. That's what I had to cut off. From this one, I had to cut off 1/8 of an inch. So, and that is even with the paper now. That is what it should be. And then this is 1/4 of an inch. This is the top one. And when you do your fold your in, and it is even with your paper. I hope you can cut yours. My apology. That was 1/4 of an inch, the top one, and that was 1/8 of an inch for that one to fit the page. Now we can do this one. We can put this one in and it won't be tricky. Just gonna turn that, push that up so I can just see the 1 score line and I can bring it over. It always moves when you bring it over to test. Okay, let's see. That's it. It stayed, and we can bring it down. Let's see. That's it. And let's burnish. And this is going to be the one middle of the page. It's open like that, and it's open like that. Why I want to come back to this, because we need for the back and for that back, and I want the same, trying to have the same paper for all of it. But we can place this in our folio. It's gonna go in the middle between the score lines. Okay, between the score lines, score tape all around, glue in the middle, and double check that you fit in between your score line. If you need to have a more cut off, do it now before you place it in your folder. All right, I'm going to do my score tape, and I will put it in the folder with you. I've placed mine in. Oh, I'm still busy. Can still move a little bit. I'm in between the score lines. I think I need to move a little bit. And let's test it. Yes, it can still move. And I think I'm good. And let's do that one. Open. And we can burnish. Right. That one and that one. It came along. This looks very nice with the flowers, and then the flowers continue in here. Okay. To the middle, the next middle one. And let's get paper ready for it. And this is what I had in mind. What you need to cut. And this is also a pocket, but it is a pocket that you can open it quite wide. And we're going to cut 6.5 by 4.25. The 6.5, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. Let me show. We're going to score 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. And we are having a pocket, a square for our pocket. Like that. That is on the 6.5 inch. Then you need to get another piece, and that piece is gonna be 6, might be a little bit more. I would say if you cut it 6.5 by 6.5, score the half, put the 6.5, doesn't matter which side it is. The 6.5, score to 1/2 inch, and that is, you're going to glue that flap onto here. That side, this side, there's the flaps. you're going to score it, turn it, score it 1/2 inch, and then put it onto the front piece and see that it fits. And then if it fits and it fits there, then put it on your scoreboard and score it. Make a mark and then go and score it. Because when you do scoring, it's not always the same. And then you can make sure that you are even, and you can glue the flaps all around and put it on the front. And then have the one with the 2 score lines to the side. And that is to create a nice deep pocket. You can see in there, there are my flaps. Come on. I hold my fingers there, my hand there. I think you do get the pictures. It's not very clear. There's my flaps that I glue it in. I like to make pockets this way. If you want to put something in there and you don't want everybody or anybody to see it, it's a nice hiding pocket. That's that pocket. Then we're going to come to the next one. You're going to cut 7 1/4 by 6. The 7 1/4 we're going to score at half. We're going to do this one first. 7 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I think the 7 1/4 you score at the 1/2 inch mark. Another 7 1/4 by 4 3/4. Also, we're going to score. This is going to be our waterfall. Big, a little bit smaller and small. And then we will have a pocket in the side. It's going to come over and that's going to close our waterfall for us. I do have these 2 ones here that was leftovers of cuts, and we can see if we can work with this as well when we revisit the middle page. Pattern paper for all of this. Let's get into that. Let me show you what I've done. You can see I add an extra. What happened? This pocket, I wanted to put the pocket on the spine, but because of this on this side is so thick, it did not want this to stay in the spine. It keeps on pushing it out. And then I decided, okay, if that's all the flowers all together, let me put it underneath my grey cardstock. So that's what I did. I've put it underneath the grey cardstock. And then this will fold and that will fold over, and you still can use your pocket, and it all looks actually very nice. It just with the flowers, it just fits together. And this is everything that we've put in. Now it is become very thick, but it will be fine. It's still close. Still close, and you do have enough for your photos to put in. So what I'm going to do, we're going to revisit and we will put on the back of all our foldouts and everything, we're going to put we're going to put pattern paper on the back of it because we've got a lot of pattern papers left. I mean, I did put aside that I want to use for the front page, so we can start getting into this and we can do our pattern papers for the opening spaces. But I think first what I'm going to do is let's decorate the other pages. Let's decorate the back, the front, the side, whatever needs to get decorations. Let's do that. So this is what I do have left and the cutouts. I've saved this for the back and then this one for the front. I don't know if I get the cloth, if that's gonna make, if this is gonna come out nice. I don't know. Let's have a look. And let me put this. If I put it on, it is gonna cut half of the cloth, and we will have half that. Now, I'm happy with it. I think it will be fine. We still got this flap, remember? It's gonna come over. I'm happy with it to put that on. And if we can get this part on the flap, that's gonna close, that it looks like all in one. At this stage, you also need to decide closure. How you're gonna close. You're gonna put magnets, or what you're gonna put. I think I'm not gonna put magnets. I'm gonna put a ribbon. Right, let's cut into this one. Now, all I'm going to do, it's the back of this, and I like this as well. Now, let's do this. Let's do this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball. Make sure there's a little bit of white showing. A little bit of white showing on this side. Pencil. My pencil mark. And my pencil mark. And let's cut that and see how that's going to look. I cut this out and it fit my page, my front page. And you need to do the same if you do follow me to cut that out. Then the rest of the paper, I did cut this one, 2 skinny ones for this side and for that side. But because I do have so much thick cardstock, I went and did another score line. So where I scored that score line there, that one, I went just one notch on and I did another score line. That is just to give this a little bit more. When you do put your photos in, there is a little bit more play to close your folio. And so that one is going to go there. 2 skinny ones. Then there's another skinny one here. I will cut from that piece. This one here is left off the page at the bottom. I do going to cut out, fussy cut that out, and then I'm going to try and put it on that side. We do have it there, and then I will put it on that side. So I'm going to fussy cut this. So I do have all my pieces there, and then we just need to get for the back. And then we're going to go inside. So let me fussy cut this, and I can show you when I've got this all completed. Well, let me show you. I've put all the pattern papers on. And this is how your folio will look. It's nice and long. So on this side, we did not need to put any papers. It's done. But I did a cutout. This cutout was an offcut. And that's why I've just cut that out, fussy cut, and just glue that on. So that section is done. And I just fill in with a scrap piece of paper. You can see it's not the whole one. And it looks like there is paper behind it. This page, the middle page, and I'm going to fold it over, and I use that. And this is the cutoffs on the bottom of your page. And I did it the same on this side and put that on there. The middle, it was also just a piece that was cut off. And it looks very pretty. Didn't want to throw that out or not using it. And I'll just fit it to size on the fold out. And then when you do fold this out, you have your numbers. And I'm just going to bring that one back. And I just add the numbers at the bottom. And that piece was left. And I've just joined it together. There's nothing on here. You can put a very good big picture there. I just want to see, where's my pictures that I always test. I'll see if I can find, oh yeah. There's a picture, and or you can do 2 small ones, but and there is enough space around your picture to see at the beautiful paper. Let's see it here. You can even put it like that. Okay. In a corner, you will have all this, or you have that. Your decision. All right. That was the middle. And then on this side, I've put this one in, and that was the offcut from the one I used in the middle here. Just put that in for the pocket, and I decided not to put any on to the back because sometimes, like this photo, there's no border, and when you want a white border to show, it looks very nice. That's why I decided not to put any paper on the back. And I did cover the strip, and I cover that strip. I did this one. It's also fussy cut on the piece that was left. And yes, it's too beautiful. Cannot let it go. Then when you fold this over, these two pieces was left. And a small piece, and it did not fit in anywhere. I put these two on, and then there was a joint in the middle. I fussy cut that out. And this is an extra piece of fussy cut. That was and that. And I've just joined it together, and it looks nice and full. And when you bring this over, I put my ribbon on, and I went mad with my stickles. This is just silver, and silver looks nice with the gray and a little bit of brownish in it. And I just went all over. It's Christmas. It needs some glitter. It needs that bling bling. And I did it on that side, also fussy cut. And there is all the glitter. The ends onto my ribbon, because this ribbon does fray. And then just close it with a bow. You can do your magnets, you can do Velcro or hook and loop, whatever they call it. You can do that. Any kind of closure you want, you can use it. And that's just on the back. We did the side. This just worked out. Didn't plan it, and when I glue it on, I said, oh, okay. And on the smaller spine. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you will give this a try. This was very, very easy. And we need something easy and just straightforward for once, that we can just put our photos on. And I would like to thank you very much for spending your time again with me. It was my pleasure to bring this tutorial to you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and don't forget the notification that you can get notification every time I upload a video or a tutorial. Until the next time, my friends.